Welcome back to Love, Cassie, and Taryn, where the conversations are honest, the stories are real, and nothing is off limits.
I'm Cassie.
And I'm Taryn, and we're your go-to duo for real conversations about life, growth, business, relationships, and everything in between.
So grab your coffee, your chai, or whatever makes you feel at home.
Because this is your safe space to listen, relate, and realize you're not alone in what you're going through.
This is Love, Cassie, and Taryn. So let's get into it.
Because listen, friend.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Not too much on me, girl.
That's actually insane.
Anyway.
Okay, but hear me out.
Should we tell them, girl?
Let's unpack that.
Okay. Okay, y'all.
Cassie, what we talking about?
What we talking about? So today's hot topic is something we've both been thinking about a lot lately. Is curly hair always going to be a specialty?
Or will it eventually become the norm that every hairstylist understands texture?
You know what? I hope so.
Yeah,
I do hope so. Because I think that texture is put into a box and people try to talk about texture as a race thing. And I think it's important that everyone doesn't need to be a specialist, but understand the fundamentals to service texture. I think that's one of the key things that I feel I teach a lot about, especially when I'm out in the field with Mizani. So yeah, I think, step up to the plate, baby.
Yeah, and you know what? Right, literally, it's your go.
Right, literally.
I do think and I think it's a good hot topic to talk about because at least with us doing texture and it being a specialty of ours is okay, but when does it not become a specialty? Is it always going to be a specialty? And is it still going to be good if it's not a specialty?
And can you still charge as much?
Right, can we charge as much if it becomes the norm? For one, because I know so many curl specialists. Oh, that's what it was. A lot of clients that come into my chair will be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I found you. There's no curl specialist in Tampa. And me as the hairstylist, I'm like, bruh, I know this one. I literally just went to a curl event and everybody is basically from Tampa.
No, seriously.
And they're all curl specialists, right? So okay, if we're all curl specialists, is it even a specialist?
Right. Yeah. But also I feel even for your clients to say that, too, I think it maybe be the algorithm, because for the longest, I really thought that there wasn't so many texture specialists in Tampa. I thought a lot of them were more in Orlando. Right. And you also see the ones that are social media famous a little bit. Right. So it's kind of those are the ones that pop out the most, that have a huge following and stuff. But then, like you said, going to that curl event, I was like, wow, there's so many of us here in Tampa, know? So maybe your clients just algorithm pushing, or maybe you're not really looking,
Oh, are you looking? Right. Or is the hairstylist posting on Insta?
No.
Are the clients being able to see who's really out there?
Exactly, that's true.
You know what I mean? But
I don't be posting.
So I guess we kind of have literally two hot topics in one, because for one, but let's focus on one, because is curl specialty going to be the norm?
Yes.
And if it is, we love it, right? We want more people to embrace their texture, and we want more stylists to be able to come to their clients with love and actually understand what to do with their hair and how to treat their hair and all these things. But what happens if there's so many curl specialists? Is it still a specialty?
I mean, I feel I do believe, let's say if everyone was I'm gonna, in a perfect world, I was I'm going to understand texture as a whole. I paid a lot of money for my education, so I'm going to service anybody who walks through my chair, no matter who they are. Let's say if that was the case, I think that you still can be a specialist within your field, because that's we're going back to our last podcast when we were saying niching down. People have different niches. It's I could probably do all this stuff, but it's this is what I'm really, really good at. This is what I love. This is what makes me happy. This is what I sleep, eat, and breathe, kind of thing. So I do think it definitely can be a specialty still, for sure.
You would have to have a specialty in that specialty.
Right. Like I got an MD.
Right. We got our bachelor's.
Right.
Now we need to level up.
Literally.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so there's levels to this shit.
Right.
You know?
So all y'all doctors, but
Yes.
who's the peds?
Yes.
Who's the general?
Yes, literally.
I've been watching too much
Grey's
Grey's.
Anatomy. That part.
Yeah,
Right.
so I guess like it's still a specialty, but like everybody does it different, right? Because some people really like again, like we were talking about in the last one. Some people like it super defined. Some people like it super big. Some people don't. Some people, all these things. So it would be a good thing,
right?
If it became the norm, it would still be all right.
And then you would also like hear people like I feel like other stylists probably wouldn't agree with us because I've heard this before where it's like stylists are like, one, gatekeeping, two, like I don't want too many people to be good at one certain things because then it takes away from me. And it's like I think that's just so crazy to have that type of thinking because I think there's so many people in the world,
right.
And if you think about all the stylists that we have just met in Tampa, we each have our own clientele. We each have a steady clientele. We each are thriving and successful and eating, and it's just like there is enough room to go around, and this is what do they say? Like there's a seat at the table for you, basically,
Right.
And I just feel like for some stylists to think like that, or just people and everything like that, like it's like, oh, like I don't want to share this, or I don't want nobody to be better than me at this. It's just like I just feel like that's just kind of like a nasty way of thinking, to be honest.
Yeah, like you think that someone else doing it is gonna take away from you doing it.
Right.
That's just not.
No,
that's not
absolutely
true.
not. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
I love
so
that.
many of us. There's so many of us, and there's definitely room to go around. So yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be all right.
Right, we'll be all right.
If
Please
it becomes the norm.
step up, baby, step up.
Right.
Batter.
Come on, you'll go.
Literally. But so with that being said, our topic of the week is, will curly hair eventually become the norm, right? So we're talking about, why do you think curly hair has been ignored for so long? Do you think that every stylist should learn curly hair? And what role do educators play in changing the hair industry?
Preach. Amen. What a good topic.
Literally, right.
Oh, I'm
right.
excited. I'm seated.
Right, literally.
Okay. I'm sat down. Sat down.
Yes. So,
oh my gosh.
why have it been ignored for so long?
I mean, like we talk, so in our classes, and for those who don't know, me and Cassie are Mazzani educators, so we do teach a lot of texture education within the brand. So we do have these conversations a lot of like why people didn't pay attention to texture, why there was so much hate around texture, what is texture, and what are we doing now? And I think it was ignored. Like, I just think that people weren't embracing it. I think it was as a culture thing. Like, what I've heard from like different people in my chair, especially with their cultures, their family never embraced their curls. They're always trying to press it out. And, and of course, when we say texture, we mean like something with a bend in it, wave, curl, coil, whatever, they want to press it out because that's what's nice. That's what's professional. And it's crazy. I was literally just talking to a client of mine, and they're Egyptian.
Ooh, I love
they're
that.
Egyptian. And she was telling me that for Easter, they always straighten their hair for Easter.
Oh my God, like a culture thing?
A culture thing, I
Wow.
guess. Or I don't know if it's just them or all of them. I don't know too much about the culture. Obviously, respect to everybody's culture and whatever you do. But I was like, really? Why? And I mean, she wasn't doing it. My client, she loves her hair curly. So she's like 13 or whatever. So she's not straightening it. She actually just came and got her cut, and she's like, yeah, I'm about to eat down with this haircut for Easter. Like, I actually need to get a picture. But anyways, yeah. And I was
For
like,
Easter, I love that.
I was like, wow. I was like, everybody straightened. And she's like, and her mom was there. She's like, yeah, most people, for Easter when we go to like church, whatever, their hair straight. And her mom was like, everybody has their hair straight. I said, oh my God, really?
God, right.
I was like, that's kind of
walking in the
wild.
building and just seeing a whole bunch of straight hair girls.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Right.
Where am I?
Run.
Wait, there's a little bit of too much of anything in
Yes,
one spot. I'm like,
literally.
oh my God.
No, seriously.
No.
But I feel out of place.
Right,
I'm
where
like,
am
why
I?
give me the memo?
Girl, I'm gonna press her out.
Yes, right, literally.
Yeah, but she had told me that. So I think it's a culture thing that it's like your hair, you look more beautiful or you look whatever with your hair straight. So I think for that reason, that's where it was neglected for so long. But I think
I gotta ask Cinda's. You know, my sister-in-law is Egyptian, so I'm like,
yeah,
girl, what's the tea on that? She has straight hair, but I'm like,
she has naturally straight hair.
Yeah, like her is pretty straight.
Yeah,
I don't even think there's a wave.
You know who I'm talking about? You know the one that I posted on my story? She's like a really big curly hair. And I was like, oh, she's 13. And you were like, she looks like a grown woman.
I feel like I remember.
It was like late at night. Oh my God, I'll pull it up. Oh, this one.
Oh my God, yes, yeah.
Girl.
So much hair. I would not be straightening that. Wear it out beautifully.
Yeah, but she loves it now. But I think around... honestly, it could be before, you know, really thinking about it, like before COVID, but I think around that time, like salons are down, you know, like nobody's going to get their hair done. So I do think around that time, people just kind of started embracing their hair and
because they were stuck in the house.
Yeah, embracing their hair is growing. Like they're like, whatever, I'm not going to straighten it. I can't go anywhere or whatever. And so they're like, well, now we're going to go on this journey, you know? So I do think that like brands caught on to that as soon as people do it. Like
honestly, it's crazy too because you've seen like a whole bunch of hard launches like within the last like 2 years of brands really like either reformulating curly products or just launching a whole curly line. Yeah. But I do think that you said like it has to do with culture, it has to do how you were brought up and raised, you know. But also I feel like a lack of that shame comes from society, you know. Like it's like if you think about back then, like our, you know, grandmas and aunts and moms and ancestors, like the way that texture was looked at and as a whole as a society was looked down upon. You weren't even allowed to wear your hair straight on on the news channels, you know? So I think like...
Curly, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, curly on news channels and stuff, you know? So I just feel like when you think about, you know, them not wanting us as a culture and a community, not wanting to embrace it, it's because of the world outside that's casting shame on our beautiful curls, coils, and waves, you know?
Right. Even braids, though.
Yeah, even braids, too. Yeah.
And you know what? When we were at, just a side note for Salon-centric, remember when we were there, they were saying, like, they want even, like, braiders. They're trying to get braiders to shop at Salon-centric. So they need, like, for the professional products and be able to get, like, the professional, you know, discount, obviously, Salon-centric. But so many braiders are people who do like units or whatever else. They go to the beauty supply store to get their products and their tools, and they were promoting like they want people to go to Salon-centric for these things. So I think now it's being backed up by so many like higher up people and like brands and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's so true. Right. So it's like another question is like, do you think that every stylist should learn curly hair? And I feel like absolutely yes. Yeah. Because I feel like, again, you pay all this money to be in schools now. Like schools are not 5,000, 10,000. People are paying 25 G's to go to school. And it's like in most states, we do have it's like a campaign going on right now. It's called Texture of Change. And there's only like 3 states, I think, that are pushing the same equal amount of education for texture hair. Right now in the state of Florida, I think we only get 50 hours of education for texture. That is a joke, like completely a joke. So I think that yes, every stylist should learn it, understand it, be able to style, straighten, cut texture hair. But again, you don't have to be a specialist in it, you know?
Right. Is it even 50? I think it's like less than that.
Well, they raised it a little bit.
I think now it's 50, right?
They raised it, a little bit. Because I think it was like maybe like 30 and then they just went to 50.
Think about that. Like,
and I think like that's because like they added like a silk press class in there. And
girl,
I'm just like,
think about what is 50? Like people work 40 hours a week, just a week. Yeah, that's a full-time job. So you're saying maybe like a week in a day of education in school.
And that's out of 50 out of 1,200 hours.
Exactly, out of 1,200.
It's a joke. No, it's so sad. So I just feel like I just think when you think of texture, it's like it's a fabric, it's a hair, you know. So it's like it's a thing. It's just like, how can we not teach education on something that we don't know who's gonna walk in our chair, we don't know who's gonna sit in our chair. So it's like if you just say I don't do texture at all, and it's like what if that girl comes with her hair straight and then you wet it down, it's like what are you gonna do, turn her away?
It doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
You don't color hair,
right?
You don't cut hair,
right?
You don't do hair.
Because at this point, you don't do hair.
You don't do nothing.
Right, literally.
Because even if someone has like a wave in their hair, like you're doing texture hair. And I think in school, like they make it seem like it's this huge thing that, and this huge specialty that, oh, somebody wants to specialize in this or whatever else. But at the end of the day, like, it's not that hard to just add in textures. Like, but the thing is, like, they don't talk about texture at all.
Right.
Like, I'm thinking about, like, in school, and when you talk about lightening, right, even in the lightening process, they're not saying, you know, they're not saying, oh, this person has straight hair, this person has curly hair, so you need to do this, and telling us the why behind it.
Right.
They're just saying, they're giving you a technique,
Right.
do this, the lightener's going to do this. It would be so much easier, and it would add in those hours of talking about texture. Okay, if someone has porous hair, okay, if someone has low porosity hair, or high density,
Maybe
or
this high developer,
or a more less cuticle layers, and that's going to be our super coily.
Right.
Who would have less cuticle layers? What would we do with the lightener?
How to apply the products.
How would we
Which
do
products
it?
you do.
Why would we do that? Would we use 10? Would we use 20?
I'm like, I think that we should separate curly cuts
Girl.
from texture.
Girl.
Because it's like, texture is somebody's hair.
Right.
Anybody can have texture.
Yeah.
If I want to specialize in curly cuts for texture, that's separate.
Right.
So
I agree.
I think we need to separate
It's
that
not
too,
the
you know?
same.
Right, it's not the same.
You have to learn the texture.
You need to learn texture. The texture is as a whole. We need to learn texture.
No matter what like situation you're doing, like,
Right.
because things are gonna act different, like,
Exactly.
and then that's where the like students are like not understanding why is this happening. Is because you didn't understand. They don't teach
understand hair.
the why.
You don't understand
hair.
Hair. There you go.
If you can't teach hair, then you don't need to be here.
Right. You gotta clock out, babe.
No, yeah.
It's
like,
hair. It's hair as a whole.
girl.
You know, it's hair as a whole.
Yeah,
not
hair.
Like curly cuts are
Girl.
curly cuts are a specialty. That's a
that is a specialty.
That's something was like I don't know. It's just like it's a category. You know,
Yeah.
it's like texture is the hair.
Texture.
And it's like you came to school to learn hair.
Right.
So it's like
So learn hair.
literally learn hair.
Learn the hair.
Period. As you can tell, we were really passionate about this topic.
we're like
Literally, right?
make it make sense.
Yeah.
Because right now you don't make any sense.
No, absolutely not. Like,
And even like the people that I don't want to specialize in texture, huh?
please, I'd be like, please get on my face.
What do you mean? What does
on
that
my
mean?
face.
What is it that you don't want to do? They're gonna say, I don't want to do a silk press. I don't want to learn how to do a curly cut. Okay,
I
sure.
don't want to do a smooth blowout.
Oh, smooth, huh?
Like,
Who wouldn't
what?
want to know how to do a smooth blowout?
Right.
You're silly,
I can't do a 1 lane cut.
girl. You mean to say
Like,
you don't want to learn hair?
It'd be killing me. I have students come to me and be like, Miss Cassie, oh my God, like I have a client that has curly hair and I'm really scared to cut it. Girl, I go over there, it's texture type 1, 2. And I'm just like, it got a little slight
A
little wave. I'm like, see, and this is why they're freaking out about a wave, like a
my
little
God.
bend. Like, it's just like, we need to learn hair. We need to
Girl.
educate them on hair.
Hair, all hair.
All hair.
That's
Hair.
it. Period.
That's it. Period.
That's all it is.
So,
Right.
with that being said,
Right.
what role do educators play in changing the hair industry? And that's with everything that we're doing.
Right.
Everything that we do at Mazzani, everything
Right.
that we have going on with that they have going on with Texture of Change, these campaigns, these rollouts, all of these things, like the way we speak to textures, we're trying to bring a light. And I feel like texture is knocking at everybody's door.
Yeah.
Because they're tired of people putting us on the back burner, one.
Right.
Two, not really educating the students coming out of school and they're acting oblivious to hair. We're just gonna say hair, you know? So I feel like we're in a big movement right now for texture, for sure.
I think that it's going to be, I think it's been a movement for a minute now. And I think that it'll be a movement for maybe a little while, because I think that's the thing, like you're just saying, like people don't separate it. Like they think like texture, or they think texture isn't all hair, like, but it is, like, it's just a category, you know.
Right.
We when people talk about, oh, what's your texture type, and they talk about it's 3C, 4C, whatever. I mean, we forget, okay, 1A is also a texture type. 2B, 3, it goes all the way up. Like, all of them are texture types, and everybody should be learning all of them.
Right.
And I think, to go back to the question of, what was it? Why?
What role do educators play in changing the industry?
What role do educators play? Like, I mean, we're talking about the school. I think there's a lot of educators in the school that don't even know. Like, they don't because how could you? Unless they're like, new, like you work at the school, but like, who else in the school knows? If they don't take the education, or if when they were in school, we know that they weren't given to them. So what do they know? If they didn't do any extra, and I think as the educators in these schools, like that has to be a requirement. I know that some schools, I remember, I think for color or whatever, like you have to go through a certain training to be able to be an educator. Right. I know I didn't have to do nothing.
No.
To be an educator.
Absolutely.
At the school.
I just smiled away.
And that's crazy. Yeah. Which is, I mean, I get it. Like, you know me, whatever. Like, I'm a hairstylist, whatever. However, but you have to go through, even in school, like any school, you have to be certified. You have to have a certain credential. You have to have certain like licensing or certifications or whatever to be able to teach other people. Right. Like, why is that any different? Like, why do you just accept anybody?
It's crazy too, because when I'm on the floor and I'm hearing other educators speak, their language is not appropriate. They'll be like, "Oh, your hair, girl, this hair is nappy." Right. They'll say it to the student. They'll say it in front of the client. Your hair is kinky. Oh, it's like a poof. It's really puffy. It's like those are not good kind words. Yeah. Those are not kind words, you know. And I just feel like as an educator, you're in a position of this younger generation and the people that are coming up above us. And if they hear you saying those type of words, how do you think they're going to explain there? Literally. It's just insane. So I think it starts with the people that, it's like raising a baby. You know, it's like, yes, we are at what do they call them? Trade schools and stuff like that. We are a trade school where most of the people that are in there are adults, but they're still babies. Right. They're babies in this industry, and they're learning from the people that are overseeing them. Right. And if you are using verbiage like that to describe hair or your clients, if I'm sitting in the chair talking about my hair nappy, I'm getting out that building. Girl, you got me.
What do you mean?
Up.
Right. But even then, like, some people do refer to their own hair in such ways or whatever.
You know what I say? You're not invited to the cookout.
Right.
You can't be describing people's hair like that. That's probably how they were raised to say it.
But no, I mean, like, the person in the
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then you don't repeat it back.
Right.
But people repeat things back. And it's like, no, but you can correct them in a different way, you know, with love.
Say that.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
No, even then, it's like, okay, and you change the word, you know what I mean? Like,
because my aunt used to say that about their hair. Used to be like, "Oh, my hair is so nappy, it's so kinky, whatever the case is." But it's because they didn't know no better growing up.
Right. Like, you show them something different.
Right. You show them something different.
Right. Yeah. So it definitely starts with the educator. I would say even in the schools, because what we do is continue education. Yeah. We're already talking to stylists that are licensed and out and about, which is great because obviously they're not getting that in the school. Right. But I think going forward, which is why, you know, we're saying like, how long is it going to go for? You know, how long is this going to be the conversation? And I think until it is in the schools and it's talked about and the educators
50-50. Equal percentage.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So it becomes a norm.
I mean, update the curriculum.
Right. We're in 2026, baby.
Oh my God. Like, what is the book? Where's in the book?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I don't even think, is my lady even existing?
Girl, I don't know, but shout out to Marley Coles. You saw that? She came out with a book.
No.
Oh my God. What's it called? The Texture
Textbook.
Textbook.
We get it. We need to get that.
We do. Texture Textbook. I think that's what it is.
Oh, we definitely got to get the link.
No. Shout out to Marley, because that was awesome. I do want to get the book, but you know, because she taught at a school for a little while. There is no book.
No. Mm-mm.
And I love that.
Yeah. Love that. I love that. Go ahead, girl. Got an author. We know an author.
When is the book? What's the book opening?
Right.
What do they call it?
Oh, book signing.
Oh, it's a book signing. Yeah. We love an event.
Yes, please.
But yeah, so it is definitely going to be a conversation until it gets into the schools, I think.
So you definitely, with all of that being said, you know, you see how passionate we are when it comes to texture. You see how passionate we are, you know, about the education when it comes to it. And we really, really are proud to be in the positions that we are in, you know, as educators, as stylists, because what we do every day is get to make people, you know, love who they are, embrace their natural, embrace who they really want to be. So I'm really, really thankful to be in the position that we are in, and to also be educating our future and current stylists that want to expand their knowledge on texture.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well said, my friend.
Oh, thanks.
That was good.
Yes. So with all of that being said, you know, we have to end the week with a love note. So our love note this week is...
It is something about yourself you once struggled to accept, but now fully embrace.
Period. I love that.
I mean, I feel like the biggest thing now, and I mean, obviously on the topic, but I mean, it sounds cheesy, but it sounds like, oh, she's just putting in there because that's what we're talking about. But honestly, it is my hair.
Yeah.
No, I would literally never.
Yeah.
I literally just told my sister Tana this morning that I was like, I love that I finally have a curl routine that I like and that it fits.
Yeah.
Like, I have gone through such a journey with my hair, and I talk to clients all the time, and I'm like, yo, literally, I used to straighten my hair all the time, and living in Florida, like, it's a no-go. Like, the humidity is crazy. Like, my first thought in the morning would be check the humidity percentage.
Yeah.
And if it's above 50, Mom, can you take me to school? I don't want to go stand at the bus stop. And even then, like, I would take the little mini flat iron to school. Like, why am I thinking about this?
Literally,
Like, I could have literally just worn my hair out. And when I have these young girls come into the chair that go to school and they're embracing, they may not embrace like the volume or whatever else, but they're okay, they love their curls and they still want to wear it out. Like, I'm like, wow, like that sounds, obviously I'm sure they have their own issues or whatever identity things, but that sounds so much better than stressing about the rain droplets and the humidity droplets on my straight hair.
Yes.
And I could have just been wearing my hair curly and gelling that bitch down.
No,
like,
seriously.
that sounds so great. And I'm just so...
I love that for you.
No, literally. And I love it. So I'll be like, wow, my hair looks great.
No, literally. And I love that you're looking more in like you're embracing the frizz.
Yes.
You're saying, like, just bigger, better hair. I love it, you know? I'm like, oh, I wish my hair got that big. I literally be fighting with it. Mine deflates.
Well, maybe you need to learn how to love your deflate.
I don't like it deflate. Right, maybe I need to embrace my deflate. It's so sad. It's so sad. But I feel like I can relate to that too. I used to straighten my hair all the time back in the day. Yeah. And it wasn't until I started working at my old salon that I started embracing my natural. So yeah, I definitely do feel like that.
Yeah.
And what is something about yourself? I feel like mine's a little heavy, and I don't think we should do it for this episode.
Why
it was
not?
like all the stuff that I was going through, you know, like when I was working at my salon, when I left my salon, I feel like...
Well, just shorten it up.
I feel like it's such a long story.
Well, you don't have to go to the story. Let me see, what was it?
It's like, what is something that you're about yourself that you struggle to accept? But it wasn't like I was struggling to accept it. It was like I was struggling to... I was struggling that I was starting to learn that people didn't accept me, you know? Like, I always loved myself. I was very sure of myself. But it was more so struggling to see how cruel the world is and that people really don't accept you because of who you love. Okay. Right?
So, like...
Does that make sense?
You're struggling to accept that not everybody is going to... Accept you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like... Remember, like,
but you fully embrace that now.
Yes, because I feel like when I came back from LA, Taryn got me a book that said God Loves You. Or something like that.
What is it? God Loves Gay Marriage.
Right? I don't say that like that.
No, I think that's what it is, isn't
it? I don't know.
Yeah, let me see. God Loves.
I have it in the room.
I think that's what it is. I have it on my fucking coffee table.
I know. I have it in my room.
I don't even know how to spell marriage. And autocorrect isn't helping. I'm over here spelling Marge.
Girl, not gay marriage.
What does it say? Gay people?
Not gay marriage.
What does it say?
God believes in love. God believes in love. Taryn got me this book, right? Because I was, long story short, working in a place that, you know, was just very, very, what would you say? Like, just...
conservative.
Yeah, very conservative. And like I'm so blessed, y'all. I'm so blessed. I have an amazing family. I have amazing friends. And it wasn't until later in life that I realized that people do not accept us for who we are and who we love, you know? So I think that like I was just in a downward spiral, I would say, for almost like 3 years, really struggling. And I read this book, you know, I think when we first met 2 years ago. Well, not when we first met, 3 years ago, when we met, and when you bought it for me when we got back from Atlanta. Read it, it resonated, it felt good, but I don't think that I was able to really like digest it. And then I read it again end of last year, and really, wow. I read it again end of last year, and it just really was like just kind of like just opening a new chapter for me. It really like kind of resonated and it sat with me. And then going back to LA, and we did that like, what was it, like, kind of like identity work. Like, it was like we were going, jumping through hoops.
Who are we?
Who are we? Like, it was like, who are we? Like, it was like one of those, like, inner...
No, look.
Like...
who are you?
Right, who are you? Literally. Like, they made us do this, like, train where you look people in the eye and you're like, who are you, to total strangers? And it really was just, like, an awakening for me. And it was, like, kind of just, like, remember who the fuck you are. Mm-hmm. You are a bad bitch. Like, you have so much to offer. And it's, like, if people don't, you know, like you, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you still got to live your life and just kind of embrace who you are. So I feel like, and then I came back from LA and started doing identity work. I was putting these little post-its on my mirror every single day for almost like 60 days. And it really just has been like just so awakening. And it's kind of just like really just made me kind of just step back and make sure that, like, you know, like I'm happy with myself, you know, I'm happy with my relationships in my life, and that's all that really matters. It's like the outside noise doesn't matter. So yeah. It was a little heavy for this, my Curl Talk podcast, but you know.
Girl, but this podcast is about all the things.
Yeah, but that's kind of like where I'm at, and now I'm like fully embracing and accepting myself again, because what I did at one point, you know.
But I love that though, because like, you know, going back to the question, it's like, what is something that you didn't embrace, or that you fully accept now or embrace now? And I think you're saying that you didn't accept the fact that, or embrace the fact, or whatever. No, accept, I want to say, the fact that embrace the fact that other people don't accept you. And it's like, now I think when you did all this self-work and you're under, you know, again, you're back to, actually, I love me. Like, it doesn't matter that people don't accept me. I accept me, you know, God accepts me, my wife, you know, my family, whatever. And even if they don't, I do, you know? And so you're fully okay in embracing the fact that that's fine. Like, you don't have to. I didn't ask for it.
Right,
but,
exactly.
You know, don't be fake about it though. You know what I mean? Like, literally. And that's a whole nother conversation.
Right. Literally, you can keep it pushing, but
right. We're good. Thank you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I'm glad you shared that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Nothing too heavy, girl.
That's all.
It's not. It's all light over here.
Yes.
No, never.
Okay, well, yes, guys. So. And with that being said,
hold on, I gotta keep my notes up. So that was our love note of the week, and this is something, you know, again, just sit with yourself, ask yourself, what is something that you're fully accepting and embracing with yourself now? And talk to your friends, ask them, your family, you know, see what they got going on. You know, what we really want you to do is just expand these conversations, and, you know, we hope that they spark joy and connection.
I love that.
Yeah, and closeness. Oh. And if something we talked about today resonated with you,
just know you're not alone in it.
This has been Love, Cassie, and Taryn.
And we'll see you in the next conversation.